discussion.
Then let's proceed.
Okay, so while we had a lot of discussion about the concession, I would have to disagree with my commissioners in my support of Fuse Catering it's my recommendation that Fuse Catering get the concession bid. While that's not the opinion of this body, that is my recommendation.
Is there a basis for your recommendation?
Yes. Based on the discussion that we had, his menu was the closest to what was expressed by, within that discussion. Also, the fact that his performance has been, in my estimation, in my 6 months here, more than outstanding. In a number of occasions, he has stepped up, his company has stepped up, and we have come to rectify some of the other outstanding business matters that we have with him.
I thought after the discussion that that company was basically not one that the board had favor with. Now I'm hearing something different.
You're right, Commissioner Williams. The board doesn't have favor with it. However, I'm not the board, so my recommendation can certainly be, because you all are my bosses along with the mayor. So, but I felt a need to be honest, and albeit unpopular, my recommendation is for Fuse Catering.
Is there another, what would be your second recommendation?
My second recommendation would be Miracle City.
Can I put a motion on the floor?
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we accept Miracle City.
Is there a second?
So now, what, do we talk to Miracle City about?
Well,
I don't feel comfortable except making a second. We talk more
Okay.
further about what they can do, because the menu that they presented is not an option.
Right, but Commissioner Patterson, within that meeting, I shared with this body that they would be willing, in all honesty, they would be willing to sort of curtail or do whatever this body wants them to do. They're very willing and open. What they presented was a vision of a year-round menu, but they are not opposed to just the general sort of simple foods that we wanted.
Okay, well, based on that, if they're willing to move forward with a menu that's more amenable to what, the community, or just the whole, just of the environment, want, rather than the one that they presented, I think I will second the motion.
okay. It has been moved and seconded that we would award the contract for the beach concession to Miracle City. Roll call.
Commissioner Tommy Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson?
Yes.
President Dwight Gardner?
Yes. Next item.
There is a proposal for, I'm not sure if I passed it out. I'm sorry, right here. Excuse me, attorney. There's a proposal from Cooley Video for a promotional video for branding of our park, which we sorely need, because I don't think we've ever, in the history of the city of Gary, actually branded our parks. And the emphasis would be on the tiering that we did earlier in the year in terms of the facility tier usage. So it would be Marquette, Tolleson, and Brunswick, and based on the usage, Ambridge, Man on the inside, because we're now gathering quotes for the outside, the exterior of Ambridge, Man. We're getting 3 quotes so we can go ahead and fix that. So it is my recommendation that we accept proposal. I think it's, I think this company has a long history with the city of Gary in producing quality footage, promotional and collateral materials. And I think it would do us well to actually have something solid that we can use in branding our parks.
Is this a budgeted item?
Yes, we do have it in the budget.
Okay.
But I do want to say this, the mayor has told all of the department heads that just because it's in the budget, doesn't mean we have to spend it. And so while we have it in the budget, this still comes under what we have in the budget.
How will this be used as far as promotion is concerned?
Well, we're looking to use it to garner more visibility as it relates to the prospects of rental space and that type of thing. So it will go out on certainly our cable access, but we're trying to penetrate the Northwest Indiana sort of Visitors Bureau surrounding communities.
So are you partnering with the Northwest Indiana Visitors Bureau as far as this promotion is concerned?
Yes, we are, and we do actually pay a fee like with other cities for them to promote us in their promotional materials.
Go ahead.
Just one other question. I see the in-kind donation. Is that just a discount he's providing us, or is that someone is sponsoring an in-kind donation?
No, that's actually his company, so
Okay.
those are some of
Okay.
the services that he's just kind of doing that he knows we can.
Okay.
We have a website, right?
No. No, we've been doing Facebook and Twittering. No, is it Twittering or tweeting? 45 would know. But is it tweeting? Tweeting. Thank you. It's tweeting. So that's what we've been doing. So we don't. And currently the city is having trouble with the city's website. So it's just an Achilles heel for the whole administration.
Okay. Have we investigated the possibility of our own website for Parks and Recreation? I would think that
We have.
that this would be a great place for that to fit in. So you could go on the Gary website for Park and Recreation, and under facility rental and our parks, you could click on the video and get a...
Exactly.
Okay.
And we have, actually, Ms. Merrill's spearheaded that and had a presentation, I think, a couple of months ago. But what we're doing, what the director, LaLosa Burns, wants us to do, she's been having Friday meetings to sort of get all the input from all of the departments to see how we can comprehensively move forward with marketing our departments, so that it's, so they're in the process of doing a launch, so we're all sort of working together. So this plays into that. And we work with SMDG, the city does. So we have investigated that, but we could not do that independent of the city. So we're working with LaLosa and sharing our vision of what we would like to see the department, our department, how we would like our department represented in moving forward.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
Is this a company that you just, how did you discover this company, and so we put out an RFP on this, or how did this come about?
Actually, this is a company that has worked with the city for a number of years and was recommended by the mayor.
Do we have any kind of statistics on how many people view the channel that's on TV as far as outreach?
I could reach out to Dorothy Smith about that, but we do have engagement reports from Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And so I can present that in the next meeting.
I just wondered if anyone was tracking it, just
I'm pretty
for
sure-
the visibility of it.
I'm pretty sure, okay, I was trying to look for some help, but I'm pretty sure we can, but I know that we track the engagement on Facebook, on social media.
As far as from a PR standpoint, I think it's a good idea, because I think as much positive reinforcement of what's going on in the parks and in the park department, moving forward is put out there, the better.
Right.
Okay, so,
And again, we budgeted something a little bit larger than this, and this comes under that budgeted item.
Okay, then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the expenditure of $3,025 toward the development of a video highlighting Gary Parks and Recreation.
I like that.
I second it.
Roll call?
Commissioner Tommy Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson?
Yes.
President Dwight Gardner?
Yes.
and once we approve contracts like this, is there a way to hold someone accountable for some reports in the as far as updates and progress as we move forward? I would just like to be kept informed of how effective it is, what's the status of it, just little things like that. Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. So what contractors usually do is they submit reports to me, and I can certainly have them do an initial sort of update and then include it as one of the reports or updates that I have in my superintendent's report. But I'll have them make the initial updates. And then if you have questions based on what I've shared, then I'll bring the person back because they would be better to answer those
Okay,
questions.
to follow up with that, there are two things that I didn't mention, but there are two things that I fully expect to take place. Number one is that there will be no funding release until we are presented with the final product. And number two, that the commissioners would have an opportunity to review that product and to weigh in on it before funds are released. Anything else in there?
No.
Are there any contracts for you?
Yes, we have professional service contracts for lifeguard training, South Gleason Park Golf Course Clubhouse concessionaire, excavation of boat ramp at Lake Street, and beach cleaning, equipment rentals, and planning management service at Marquette Park. And lastly, swimming pools opening, cleaning, and repair. All contracts have been reviewed, and we are moving to submit them at this time for the board's approval.
All right, well, let's walk them down, let's take them one at a time. Let's go to the first one that we have.
That would be the lifeguard training contract.
Okay.
It's not based into Yeah.
Do we have copies for board members, or do we simply have the one?
You want to have one set?
Yeah, well, we have two sets, but usually we just have
Okay,
one.
let's do this then. We will,
We have sets, we can
That's
disseminate
the
them.
originals here, and I have a copy.
I just want to say, all of these contracts have been, it should be reflected in the minutes, have been discussed, except for the concessionaire. These contracts were supposed to be increased by 20%, but we could not do that for the 2016 fiscal year. So we had to include the 20% in moving forward with the 2017. That is the only, so we have already approved these contracts except for the concessionaire, the clubhouse.
Okay, let's do this then. Let's hold the clubhouse.
Okay.
And just walk us through, give us the do not exceed and then
Okay.
related timetable and then we'll go on.
Okay, for the lifeguard training, the compensation is not to exceed $10,000, and the term is from January 1, 2017 until May 31st, 2017.
Any questions on lifeguard training?
I don't have any problem.
Then I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the contract for lifeguard training.
Go ahead.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Tommy Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson?
Yes.
President Dwight Gardner?
Yes.
Next, we have the excavation of the boat ramp at Lake Street and beach cleaning equipment rentals. Compensation not to exceed $40,000, and that term is from May 1, 2017 until December 31st, 2017.
Any questions from board members? Then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the contract for the maintenance and the maintaining of the boat launch at the beach.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Tommy Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson?
Yes.
President Dwight Gardner?
Yes.
Next up, we have the plannings and management services at Marquette Park. Compensation not to
It's our botanist, Sandy O'Brien.
Okay.
not to exceed $10,000 at that term, as well as January 1, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
We had that contract before, didn't we?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Tommy Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson?
Yes.
President Dwight Gardner?
Yes.
Next, we have the swimming pools opening, cleaning, and repair, and that's not to exceed $25,000. And we have the same term, well, we have the term from May 1st, 2017 until December 31st, 2017.
You have a listing of the pools.
There is not a listing on here, however, we can provide one. It has listed Exhibit A, but we can provide it. They do have listed out in here the pools at Berman, Washington, Tolliston, Roosevelt, and Buffalo Parks.
Okay.
So it is listed, but we can include the exhibit as well if the board requires that.
Madam Superintendent?
Oh, it's Foreman? Yeah, we need to correct
What happened? Did you mention Tolliston?
that. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're not opening Foreman. No, we need, okay, so we need, it's correct to list it, but we are not opening Borman, and we're decommissioning that pool because it's so antiquated. But for insurance reasons, we still need to put up signage and all of that type of thing. So I'm thinking that was the general logic.
Right.
Okay. Questions from board members? I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the contract for pool maintenance and repair preparation for opening.
Second. Or so moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Tommy Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson?
Yes.
President Dwight Gardner?
Yes.
We just add to the exhibit. That's all we have for contract, other than the one we
Do you want to
tabled.
table this? I have an opportunity to read through it and discuss it and table it for the next meeting?
That's on the clubhouse concessions?
Yes.
Correct.
What's the unreadiness with it?
Well, basically, I haven't received any information on clubhouse concessions.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know whether it's been successful. I don't know if they've actually, will they pay us what, a rental fee?
Yes.
Are they up to date on their rentals?
Yes,
Yes,
they
sir.
are.
Okay. Is the present contract, is it a change? Does it reflect
No, it's
what
the
we've
same
done in the
contract.
past? Should it be changed? Yeah, we haven't had any opportunity to
Right.
review it, and so what I'm going to ask is that we may receive, we won't do it as an executive session, but I'm going to ask that a copy be included in the packet for our next meeting. And we usually get those packets before we meet, and that'll give us an opportunity individually to review it, and so we'll know what we're doing when we get to our next meeting. So we'll table the contract on the concession stand.
That's what I thought. Smell. Is that the only warning we would get? Is some kind of weak fire?
I trust Ms. Harris's nose.
Council, our legal report.
Nothing other than, I have been in communication with Attorney Monroe this week. We did receive something regarding the pools and the insurance issue with the pools. The insurance carriers has dropped us because of the conditions of the pool. So we are in the
Last
process.
year.
Correct. So we're in the process of either seeking a new insurance carrier or seeing if we can make the pool compliant to bring them up to date. So we're working through that, and we probably will have another report at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Takes us to our administrative reports.
Okay. So we're just going to go down the line. So Marquette Park, Hudson Campbell, and YSB, and I'll give the report for the Parks Police Manager.
All right, we're here from Market Park.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
Morning.
Unfortunately, I don't have a full report for you today. I've been on bereavement since last week. Let's see here. Okay, so, yeah, they didn't tell me about this. The traffic has picked up around the beach area. We have a down pole right by the kayak launch. So you know the poles that were custom made around the beach, we had 2 of them hit last year, and we're in the process of repairing. We've had another one go down. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to see how to replace that because that pole is actually custom made and there's no extra. So the ones that we had left, we're going to repair for the ones that we had missing from last year. So I know that they had an electrician out. The superintendent was working with the superintendent, and they're going to be looking into seeing if they can get another pole for that. We have been in touch with a company that can get the geese out of the park. You know, we have a big issue with the geese. They like to poop, and it's just not very pretty when you have a bride trying to take pictures with geese on the side, you know, poop. So we're going to be trying to work with them to get the geese away safely. She does it very naturally to get them into a better habitat as opposed to our front lawn. The past due balance has been disputed by Fuse Catering and is being reviewed. I'm not quite sure what that means. I do know that I did speak briefly with Attorney Monroe, and she was going to be meeting. I gave her all the documents that she needed. And then you guys also have those documents, so I'm not sure about that and what exactly that means. We are still waiting on our quotes back for the cameras for the facility. The ticket booth has been installed. The no parking or the grass signs have been received and being installed this week. The garages are going up, and the superintendent will talk about that later, but the doors for Lake Street are going up. The gates on the beach will open when weather is 65 degrees or higher. No lifeguards will be on duty, and the soft opening for the beach is scheduled for May 12, 2017. No cars will be charged at that time, but we do have a lot of activities that will be going on the beach at that time as well. Taco Tuesday again was a great success. Thank you to the team for holding it down and making sure everything was great in my absence. They are an awesome team. This is new. Marquette Park and Fuse Catering will host its first Mother's Day brunch on Sunday, May 14th.
Any questions from board members? Thank you.
Mr. George? Mr. George, here's the report that I've approved.
Good morning, everyone. All right. I submitted a financial report, and there were just a few things I wanted to point out from that. Okay, so in 2017, we carried over $12,437.13. Of that, 10,600 was a loan, an interfund loan, to carry us over until the end of the year. So the remaining, and forgive me, I didn't do the math on that one, but the remaining 1,600 was in the black.
Thank you.
Then we received a check in the amount of $14,255.13. I think I came to the commissioners early in the year, told you about some damage that had been done from a storm a few years ago. The insurance actually presented a check for that amount for us to do those repairs. So you'll see those. The other noteworthy thing is that that $10,600 was paid on the 31st of last month. So that's totally been taken out of the account. Renovations have started, as I'm sure you've seen. The locker rooms will be closed approximately 3 to 4 months. They started demoing them last Monday. All of our members and guests have been very, very patient. I haven't had one complaint about it. Everybody's very understanding. I'm sure I'll probably get a complaint now that I mentioned that. I haven't gotten any complaints, but everybody's been really understanding about it. As long as they understand, as long as they know that we're working towards progress, they're okay with it. The bathrooms were just closed, upstairs bathrooms were just closed Monday. So those are going to be closed down for an estimated 2 to 3 months. So they're going to keep the main ones open until they're able to complete the locker rooms and or the bathrooms upstairs. So we want to make sure that members have a place to change and to use the bathroom as well. So that's it as far as the renovations are going. They're moving at a really good rate. So we're very pleased with that, as well as a lot of members and guests. Dance cardio, which is a class that we've had here for 3 years. They were featured in the Times on the 31st of last month in the health and fitness section. They also have been featured in it was the Crusader a couple of months ago. So their class is becoming very popular. They're actually having Customer Appreciation Week this week, where they're allowing people to come in and use their classes for free. Again, the classes are free this week, so it was yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It's from 6 to 8. They had their class usually has about 30, 35 ladies in it. Yesterday, we moved everything down to the tennis court. She said she had 130 people who registered for the classes. So she's still trying to give me a count of what they got last night. They had a really big class last night. Let's see. Okay, so I've been asked to kind of spearhead the Pitch, Hit, and Run initiative, which is involved with Major League. Potentially some youth from the area can go to the All-Star game. I'm not sure where the MLB All-Star game is. If they advance far enough, I'm not sure exactly where it is this year, forgive me. But that event is going to be May 13th at Gilroy at 10 a.m. And so we just got to pack it in so we can put posters up, so we can get information out to the press. So I'll be fine-tuning that tomorrow. But if anybody has any questions about Pitch, Hit, and Run, you can give me a call at 886-2814. Let's see. The front desk area renovations, there's some revision on that one. So the renovations are gonna hit the front desk area as well. Initially, we thought that they were gonna tear the whole front desk area down. They've kind of revised that back some. So they're gonna like take care of the ceiling. I got an email yesterday. So we thought that we would kind of have to make some revisions as far as the front desk is concerned. That looks like that may wait a while. Powers and Sons does have an office here, so as opposed to putting a trailer here, so actually the office is right behind these doors. So they have an office that they're utilizing. We are in the midst of planning our camps or programming for the summer. I believe, well, I've talked to Ms. Kenyatta, we're going to have Youth Services Bureau here one day a week where they're going to do recreation. So we're definitely on getting on top of that. In addition to when we get our basketball flooring, I haven't done anything yet, but we are affiliated with USA Basketball, so there are some things we'd like to do with the USA Basketball. And last but not least, last time we had a meeting, Steel City Biddy had finished their season, and they were going to the Nationals in the Slidell, Louisiana, and we have some results. They got second place in the 11 and 12-year-old division. So they did an awesome job there. 5 players received All-American awards. They got first place in the 11 and 12-year-old division free throw contest. First place in the 13 and 14 division 2-man hot shot competition. Second place in the 13 and 14 division free throw contest. Second place in the 13 and 14 division 1-man hot shot competition. And that is it. So the hits just keep on coming for that league. They did an outstanding job representing not only their league, but the city as well, and we congratulate them.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Ms. DeLosa?
Good morning. Gary Youth Service Bureau. So we are working on obtaining more vendors for our Summer Youth Summit and and getting the right clientele. So that will be April 20th, our Youth Summit that will be at the Genesis from 10 to 3. We kind of have 2 organizations where we're working with. We're working with one where we might have dropouts or ex-offenders. The other one will be youth from the ages of 16 to 24. So we have kind of 2 things happening at once, but we're trying to find summer employment or work experience for those age groups. And we're also doing the hiring for the summer employment. So we need vendors. We're looking for vendors. Anybody who would want to partner with us, please give us a call. We're looking for vendors who want to give you work experience because that's what they need. And
So
then
vendors as in businesses?
as in businesses, I'm sorry, that need either if you need an intern, not just somebody to clean your floors and pick up your garbage, but somebody who really will have some work experience. So that's what we're looking for. We're also working on our reinstatement for our IYSA. Dr. Smith, who works under Youth Service Bureau, is working with Terrence from Work One to make sure that we have the clear population to serve for the Work One partnership that we have. There was a little confusion about which group we would service through that partnership. We're fixed it and it's cleared up. Dr. Smith has started career readiness workshops for ages 14 to 24, and that serves everybody. So if you're a dropout, if you're an ex-offender, if you're still in school, but you fall into those age brackets, right now we have 4 workshops. Tomorrow there'll be a workshop at 4:30, and it will be at Glen Ryan Pavilion. If you are available, please come, and you do need forms of ID if you come. We have begun reaching out to vendors for our summer feeding program. We are waiting on the state of Indiana to send us, they give us like a contract to tell us what all is needed. I have been in contact with, her name is Christine, as well as Tina, to get that information to us. We requested on the 29th. They had not updated it for 2017. They will have it to us this week. That's what the email said. So we're waiting on that. I've already started to reach out to vendors that we worked with previously to see if they, if they're interested in bidding for that. We're sending out flyers for the summer recreation and our summer programs. We are doing recreation this year at 11 sites. 3 of them will be Recreation Without Walls, which is our mobile sites that will go to Edna, Seaburger, thank you, and Hatcher Park. So those will be mobile sites. We'll set up tents, have everything that they would have if they were in a regular pavilion. So we're looking forward to that. We're very excited about that. Again, the DOE, we're still waiting on them to give us the information in regards to what we need for our summer feeding program. We've been in contact with some people who want to partner with us, some churches who do want to come under that umbrella. Our holdup is getting that information from the DOE. So that's where we are. Our triumphs, we held our first employment readiness workshop. It was at Marquette Park. It was on it was the 7th. We had 4 people show up for that, which was great because it was kind of we just threw it out there and people did show up. 2 of those people had actually come for interviews for jobs, and we realized that that department would better help them to be prepared because of how they walked in to interview. So we used that. So we sent them there. They were very appreciative of going there and learning the information that they needed to actually go to a job interview. We completed our student poetry for the Poetry on Motion series. So this will be poetry from our students at our after-school program at 21st Century. We do have other students that are part of that program. They're not just 21st Century. So students from the community are starting to come out and become part of that after-school program. And it will be displayed on the bus, Gary buses. So we will have that on the Gary buses. Not sure of an exact date yet. We're waiting for them to tell us exactly when, and we'll let you all know. We have completed CPR and first aid training for all of our YSB staff, so we're ready to go into the summer for that. And we hosted our first summer feeding training on 4/4 for the summer feeding program. So we had people from all over the state of Indiana to come to our training at 8:39. We had over 30 plus vendors. Initially, they told us we would have 25. I think we had closer to 50. We had to pull more tables out and, make concessions for them, but it was great, and we really appreciate them allowing us to host that. So that's what we want to see.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I just want to point out that those recreation sites, recreation is parks. We're public parks and recreation. And so we're bringing recreation back into the neighborhoods where young people can actually go to their pavilion and have a program where it used to be you can go in the morning and you can just kind of stay into the afternoon. So we're bringing that back. So it's YSB is responsible for programming, and they traditionally do summer feeding. So what we're doing is we're actually programming, making recreation something that, it's not just a thing of the past, it's something that we're doing. And so the programming is from 10 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. And they will have designated days, like on Monday and Tuesday. We're only going to have the pools open from Wednesday to Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, those are the designated days for our recreation sites, so that we can do the types of things that our aquatics manager, Mrs. Williams, wants to do in terms of ushering in an aquatics culture. So she's going to do swimming lessons and water safety and all that type of thing. So I just wanted to make it clear that while we do have this partnership, recreation is something that the parks own, because that's part of what we do. So, and then the safety report, the reason Officer Lilly is not here is because the garage doors are being installed. And the main, I think the main thing I would like to communicate about this is the fact that we finally have come up with a workable solution for the beach gates, even off-season. And that being that when the temperature is 65 degrees, we open the gates. That's supported by our planning, our budget. This body's concerned about liability and signage. and also the community's feedback. We had 300-plus surveys that we took in and we synthesized and all of that. And it's taken us a while to get to this point because we didn't want to approach it willy-nilly. We wanted to have a comprehensive sort of approach to it, also based on industry practice. So all of that went into the decision-making of sharing our most beautiful natural resource. There's no way you can really shut down the beach. However, there is a way that you can, since we're responsible for people's welfare, it's important that we have an informed decision about how we open the gates. So it looks like over the weekend, it looks like it's working. Of course, you have to contend with trash when people are around. You have to do that. So, but we're dealing with that. We're putting liners or trash bags in the cans, as opposed to that garbage just going right into the can. I never understood that. So we're actually putting trash bags in the cans, so it's easier to manage that garbage. So I would say that's the biggest thing. And then also our ATVs. The police department has promised to buy us an additional ATV. That's kind of a win-win, and we're also dabbling with the possibility of drones for added security at their cost and expense. So they're going to help us with that. So those are the main things that I would like to bring up in this safety report. And then all of the signage is up at all of the pools about, we have drained them, but again, we've had a lot of rain. So we're trying to keep up with draining the pools because of your horror story that you gave me. I just couldn't get that out of my mind. But we were doing that before, but we have signage up now, which is, to me, assuages my anxiety, and of course, it helps us with liability as well. So in terms of safety, that's what we're doing.
Very good. Any other necessary reports today?
My report will be brief. Yeah, it's a brief report because I'm tired. 6 months in, I'm tired. So my superintendent's report is basically pictures. Reed Park is coming along. I'm so excited. These pictures are about the renovation of the pavilion. And so it's just different pictures of the pavilion. And I thought you all would, it's the superintendent report. And so you'll see that it's coming along nicely. It has a new roof, new gutters, and we're on schedule. This is really great. The pool house actually has windows now because that had been badly vandalized. The pool, hopefully and prayerfully today, will actually be demolished and we will put dirt in it. But again, it's been so rainy that it's been mud, so it's hard to transport the dirt. Then we have finally identified an artist. So this picture here, if you could focus on this picture here. So the sidewalk around where the pool is, I need you to sort of put your imaginary caps on because the pool will be filled in all the way up and then hydro seed, right? And so that's going to be a grassy area. So all of this sidewalk concrete around here will have a mural on it, and we've identified the artist that will help with that mural. So it's going to be like a really bright, beautiful mural, like on the ground. And we'll seal it as well. So it'll stay for about three to 4 years. Then, right on the side, we're going to break ground next week for the splash pad. That splash pad, I think I have gray hair from the splash pad. So we're on track. We're on track with Reed Park. So Reed Park, and we have a couple of things. We had some conflicts with the opening May 16th only because some of our partners couldn't make it. However, we're still going to use that day as a community engagement, help us with planting and that type of thing. Now, April 21st, if you look at if you look at this, April 21st is our first sort of volunteer engagement day, where we would like people to help us plant flowers, mulch, and grass seeds, and all of that type of thing. So we have April 21st, and we're going to use May 16th, our original opening day, as a day to sort of help us, and just come and see it, because everything will be ready. We just need some finishing touches, and then the opening is now that Saturday, so that we can have more people come. I think I was so eager to get this project done that I did not pay attention that May 16th was in the middle of the week. So the park is actually for everyone, but we really did design this park for kids. So we would like the young people to actually be there. So Saturday is a better choice. But I still, because we put that May 16th out there, I wanted to utilize that day as a community engagement day. So. Then I also wanted to bring your attention to the fact that Marquette Park is featured in this magazine. Well, I shouldn't say featured, but, I'm going to say that. We're featured. And so this is the ad that was placed in the, and created, I believe, by Ms. Merrills. Did you create this? So Ms. Merrills created this. It's a beautiful ad. So I wanted to make sure that you saw that our money was being put to good use. Then we got a little press. So the solar project at Gorman, that is the introduction of STEM into our park pavilions. We had young people that came out, and they were all girls, and I just loved it. I have nothing against boys. It's just that it just happened that all girls came out on a Friday, teenagers, on a Friday night, and engaged in STEM activity, and I was just floored. And they were happy and just joyous, and it was just a really nice time. And so our partners with the Chicago Art Institute, they installed a solar panel on our light out there, so we have light all 24 hours out there. So the next installation will be the basketball courts, and so these solar lights have different colors. So I envision, it being motion activated, and so they're playing basketball and purple and yellow going on. It's going to be interesting. I tell you, it'll be interesting. But we have to have a discussion first with NIPSCO, because we're paying a bill for which we're not getting the service, because those poles are not working. So that's the other thing. Then, of course, the last press that we received. And that's the end of my report. If you have any questions, I'm more than willing to answer any questions that this body may have.
Because I know when we did a walkthrough, there was some, gray areas where there was no signage.
Yeah, actually, so the signage is something that, signage and also benches, those are the two areas where I have to give more attention to, because the signage that was approved, it came through, but it's too small for the parks. And so I would want to come back with some other sort of suggestions so that we can move forward and have at least our first tier sort of facility, going from that and having all the signs in the parks at least by the end of summer. So that's something that I would do, but the signs are just too small, the ones that came in. To me, they're too small. And plus, they don't even have the information on it. They just have sort of Brunswick Park. And I just think a sign should have at least the address of the park.
Any other questions or comments from board members?
Yeah, when are we going to start the grass cutting?
So we're working on the mowing schedule, because we've already started the Little League cutting. So the mowing schedule, I will get to you all even before the next meeting. But again, that's going to be a draft, because our mowing schedule is going to be a lot more aggressive than it has been in the past, because we want to be proactive as opposed to reactive. Also in your board packet, of course, for all the programming, for all the pavilions that we do. And here is the registration packet for our 11 sites. Recreation is free, however, before care will not be free. We're offering before care for the parents that work early, and so if you drop your child off at 7:30 in the morning, there will be a fee. But we only offer that at 3 sites. And so all of that information is in this registration packet. We are capping our recreation sites at 50 children per site. And that's for safety reasons, and we will have 3 people employed for that. And then, of course, you all know that we are in a receipt of $750,000 for our summer youth employment. That's a grant that I wrote with Ms. Denise Dillard. That concludes my report. That concludes my report.
Congratulations.
Oh, I want to say this. We can't, you know how I just was really upset about the lawnmowers? Well, it's leased to own, so we will own the lawnmowers by July. So, it's actually not that bad of a deal. So I had to eat crow on that one, so. I can admit when I'm wrong, not often, but I can admit.
Do we have a public comment sheet?
Yes, we do, and there is no one signed up. That's the first in 20 years.
With that, then I will entertain a motion. Well, let me do this. Any comments or questions or statements from board members?
President, may I say something?
Sure.
I just really appreciate the opportunity to express my gratitude to my team because it's been very different this past 6 months. It's been fast-paced, and they have done a great job with putting up with me. Because I am very intense and work-oriented and results-oriented. So I want to publicly thank them for their due diligence and their work ethic. I also want to thank this body because today was the first day that we actually disagreed about something. And I think it's healthy to disagree. And I appreciate being in a place and a space and time where I can still feel very passionately about my position without feeling intimidated. So I appreciate that opportunity. And I thank you for my first defeat. But it is okay. But I think it was a very healthy disagreement. So thank you for that.
With that, no one signed up, but I saw Mr. Purnell come in, and he usually has some information that he likes to share that is helpful from time to time. So I'm going to invite him up if he desires to speak.
What is going on? That means you're doing things well. That's scary.
With that, then we will entertain a motion for adjournment. Meeting is adjourned. All right.